Hey everybody, this is Melissa, and we are back for episode 2 of Money Block Talk, where we talk about anything that's holding you back from making more money and living the life and having the business of your dreams. Today's episode is a bit of a follow-up from the first episode where we talked about the phrase, I can't afford it, and the very disempowering energy that comes with that phrase. Well, today we're talking about disempowering others by assuming they can't afford it. We are making their decision for them. You might look at your prospective clients and customers and then price according to what you think they can afford. But you're taking the decision out of their hands. Look, you're trying to be nice, you're trying to be kind, you're trying to preempt any uncomfortable conversations or situations, and hopefully they won't feel bad because they quote unquote can't afford it and don't have the power to invest in the things that they desire. Well, that's rubbish. Can I just be blunt and say that's rubbish? And you are taking the decision away from them, and that's disempowering to them. You have no idea what their situation is really. Oh, yes, it might look on the outside like it would be impossible for them to be able to come up with the resources for your product or service or your package. But can I just tell you, I worked privately with a client, and the investment to work together was several $1,000s, and she was a single mom. She was a single mom, and she was working a regular job at the time. She wasn't being supported by, a rich but, distant ex. She was doing things on her own. Now, from the outside, you would look and think stereotypical single mom, maybe struggling. And yeah, she didn't prioritize a lot of luxuries in her life. But she did prioritize empowering herself by getting support. And so I didn't make the decision for her, looking at her situation, saying, well, she's a single mom of a small child, I should lower my fees to help her out. I didn't do that. I didn't take the decision away from her. I didn't take the opportunity for her to invest in herself away from her by deciding for her in advance that she couldn't afford to work with me. So, where have you disempowered other people by deciding for them in advance that they can't pay you, that they wouldn't be able to afford it? Now look, some people are stuck in that mentality. They haven't seen episode 1. They're still running around saying, I can't afford it, because they don't realize how empowered and powerful they really are. As a matter of fact, people will go around saying, I can't afford something, when they'll turn around and go on a lavish vacation, or they'll turn around and they'll buy a new car, and you're thinking, wait a minute, I thought you were in this particular situation. I thought you couldn't afford to work together. Well, what's really happened is they've got money pots, and they put a huge amount of resource into the car money pot, or a huge amount of resource into the vacation money pot. But when they look at the invest in myself and my personal development, my business development, my health, there was nothing in the money pot. So that's why they think they can't afford it. It's all about priorities. They prioritize the vacation. They prioritize the new car because they didn't see the value to be equal or greater investing in themselves in your through your service or your package. So that might be another tip, which we might talk about in a subsequent episode, of how you can convey the value of what you do and what you offer so that people will reevaluate their money pots and perhaps prioritize investing in themselves through you over a vacation or a car or a new wardrobe, whatever the case may be. Okay? So from now on, now that you're not saying I can't afford it anymore, you are now no longer deciding in advance for other people that they can't afford it either. It's not your call to make. Okay? Love you guys lots, and I will see you again for episode 3 of Money Block Talk. This has been Melissa. Bye-bye.